Hi, Dr. Jacques Petrie here at the Bullpen. I'm here today with from Cure Duchenne, Laura Hameed. So what got you here today?
Well, I appreciate being here, as always. Anytime you can talk about the great work you're doing, and as a nonprofit, it's a good day. So thank you. I've been around the biotech space for quite some time, and I'm always looking for organizations that have connectivity between biotechs, the funders, and just individuals who are coming together to try to advance great science. And got connected to Christian, and Christian said, I want you to be part of this group. And I said, let me check it out, because there's a lot of groups you can be part of. Let me check it out. And, it really is a great collection of individuals in different parts of the biotech space and the healthcare space and the AI space. And so what got me here are the people that he brought together in the Bullpen.
Nice. And what was before you got into the not-for-profit sector? What were you doing before that?
Yeah, I have probably a strange background to be in biotech, but I was just a young mom, stay-at-home mom. I started a couple of small little companies in my house.
In your spare time.
Yep, in my spare time, and I love my children, but I needed a little bit to do something in addition to that, and found my way actually into city politics because I was trying to understand the tax structures of what I was being charged. And then from there, I found my way into state politics. So I was in the Minnesota legislature for over a decade.
Nice.
And then found my way out of state politics, and I always say with my brain still intact, so that's a good thing.
Yes.
Ended up running for the Board of Regents, and the Board of Regents at the University of Minnesota system is an elected position.
Okay.
It's elected by a joint convention of the House and the Senate. So I served on the Board of Regents for a 6-year term, and in that process was chair of the audit committee and then participated in the revision of our human research subjects system at the university. And so I got really connected into clinical trials and how we are best serving patients and how we as a university needed to do better. And in that process, I got into biotech and was part of two small for-profit biotech companies, which led me into the nonprofit space. So one of my companies was acquired by a larger biotech.
Okay.
And they came to me and they said, we see a gap in the market. And the gap in the market is that these gene therapies are so expensive that small patient population diseases just really don't have access to moving forward those programs because they're not commercial. So there is a gap because there's great science, but there's not a business model to support moving that science forward. So we effectively created a nonprofit biotech to support advancing gene therapies for ultra-rare diseases where there might be less than 300 children in the world.
Wow.
So that's kind of what brought me into nonprofit space. And then from there, I just joined Cure Duchenne about 6 months ago. And one of the things that brought me to Cure Duchenne was the business mindset in a nonprofit and the venture side. They have a venture philanthropy arm of the organization, which is it's doing great things to advance the science for Duchenne muscular dystrophy.
Absolutely. And what are you excited about in 24?
Well, pretty much everything. So,
yeah.
Being new to Cure Duchenne, we have a lot of opportunities. We have deployed $26 million of funding for companies that are developing research and technology in the Duchenne muscular dystrophy space.
Okay.
That $26 million has led to over $3 billion of follow-on funding.
Wow.
That follow-on funding comes when a company is de-risked to a point where venture, private equity, pharma, biotech say, okay, now we can invest in it. So we have done a great job of leading the technology advancement in the Duchenne space. And our goal is really to supercharge that in 2024 because we look at the landscape for Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and there's some great science in exon skipping, in gene therapy, gene editing, in other technology tools, AI, but there's gaps. And until everyone with Duchenne has a treatment, we won't stop.
Wow, that's amazing. And what can the Bullpen community do for you?
Well, we are, I'm here at the Bullpen just really to connect with people. Anytime as a nonprofit you can expand awareness of what you do and how you do it. Again, we have a venture philanthropy arm, so we're always looking for great opportunities, with technology opportunities, but we're also looking for great partnerships with other organizations that potentially are in the nonprofit space or in the for-profit space that we could work with to advance the disease indication that we're laser focused on. And so also just meeting people. Anytime you meet people, awareness is increased.
Absolutely.
And, we're looking for access also to donor advised funds and others who have a philanthropic interest while advancing science. And so donor advised funds are a great opportunity, family foundations, again, any other individuals who might have an interest in great science, but also doing good at the same time. Do well by doing good.
That's amazing. So if you want to learn more about Laura Hameed or Cure Duchenne, you can go to bullpen.ventures and find out more.